Okay. Tragedy at Hamil.
Is it true Hamil was attacked?
I'm surprised that you would care. The people of that village treated you horribly.
It's true that we were bullied a lot.
But there was a man who gave us fruit, and a woman who put a blanket over me so I wouldn't get cold. They didn't deserve to have horrible things happen to them.
I see.
And having a great spirit running wild would be so scary.
It was the Rashagal army that attacked, right? Why would they do that?
I don't know. It seems we'll have to head to Rashagal to find out. And more importantly, to ensure the tragedy of Hamil is not repeated.
Yes.
Okie dokie. We'll probably be... Yeah, we have to head back to Hamil for... Actually, a number of the side quests we have to do. There's a long chain of side quests coming up with Hamil. We'll get into that in a little bit, though. First of all, more storyline. The Chimeriad. I missed it.
Careful. Word of our altercation in the capital may have preceded us.
How was your audience with the king?
I'm sorry, we'll have to talk later. Can we depart right away?
Well, I guess that's possible. You in some kind of hurry?
Yeah! The king's men are hot on her!
No need to rush off.
Alvin?
They're on a wild goose chase in the mountains right about now.
You threw them off our scent? Is this some kind of peace offering?
What? It's only natural I helped you. We're friends, aren't we? Come on, you don't believe me? I know you've put your trust in me before. Would it kill you to give me another shot?
I guess not.
Attaboy.
Welcome back. I'm glad that you're safe.
Thanks. You almost sound sincere.
If nothing else, it seems that Alvin has bought us some time.
I'd ask what's going on, but I don't think I want to know. You people sure have a lot of drama in your lives. I'll be in front of the Wyverns. Come see me when you're ready to fly.
It's finally time.
We'll saddle up as soon as we're ready.
Right.
Okie dokie. Okay, finally, the Chimeriad.
So Zhao is one of King Gaius's henchmen.
One of 4. They're called the Chimeriad because each member embodies a different weapon of the Chimera. Wings, horn, stinger, and fangs. I've heard rumors about them.
Like what?
It isn't public knowledge, but 2 years ago, hostilities broke out on Shrade Island. Rashagal sent 120 elite soldiers, but the rumors say they were wiped out by 4 enemy agents.
4 people defeated 120 soldiers?
Sounds like we shouldn't wake the beast.
Okay, the oddly popular Carla.
Did you introduce this Carla person to Rowan and Milla?
Yeah, I did.
Well, your acquaintances are my acquaintances. Hook a girl up.
Here she goes. Fine, fine. Let's head to Shandu.
Alrighty there. Is there any more green ones? Hey, come on, it's time for bed.
I am beat. Come on, let's get a room for the night.
Wither Hamil.
Are you okay? You look pale.
I'm fine. I just keep thinking about Hamil.
What happened there isn't your fault. You should try forgetting about it. I guess that's easier said than done. Maybe it would help to go see Hamil for ourselves.
Anything else? Anything? Okay then. Anyways, there is a bunch of side quests now that we just saw. The first one we're going to do is a continuation of a quest we already got a while ago. I'm not going to mention which one it is because it'll kind of spoil it for the rest of it. If you're actually playing, you could look it up yourself or whatever. But this is a continuation of a side quest we've already gotten. So do this now before we finish up. Before you head to Fenmont. Right now, we're about to enter a point. This game sort of has been split up into several chapters. Right now, we are in the middle of of Chapter 2, and Fenmont is actually the end of Chapter 2, and so it's going to be a critical point, and a lot of missable stuff is going to be expired if we go any further than we are able to right now. Like, if we go and touch those wyverns, we're going to lose a lot of side quests. So if you have been holding back the side quests or something that I've told you weren't missable or whatever, you should do them now with all like everything else, because we're reaching a point where you could start failing a lot of side quests in this next little moment. But this one is one of them. This one little scene here. So we'll go right here.
Wait, hold up.
Still having doubts about me, huh? It looks like you're not the only one. Fine, fine. Remember the first time the three of us went to Niakara, and I went off by myself?
The time that I came out of my shrine and Jude was the only one there?
That's the one. I was off meeting with Wingle.
So you had a secret arrangement with them to hand Milla over if she became a problem.
How could you? Stabbing Milla and Jude in the back like that?
Hold it. Yeah, I was working a few different angles back then, but this time I was just using that to our advantage. You know, the only reason we were given permission to use the wyverns is because I arranged that with them ahead of time.
Wait, so when you betrayed us in front of Gaius...
Yep. If I hadn't pretended to betray you there, they never would have let us ride the wyverns. That's why I lied and told them you ran in the opposite direction of Shandu.
I want to believe you, but I can't. Not yet.
That reminds me. That Pressa woman we met at Kijara Sea Falls. It seemed like you already knew her.
What do you want to know?
Who is she, really? How can we trust you if you keep hiding information from us?
Hey, all right, calm down. No need to get snappy.
Do you even know what you're putting us through?
I met her when I was working for Rashagal's intelligence service. At the time, she was an Ajul secret agent working undercover in Fenmont.
And?
After that, we became more personally involved. You probably don't want to know the specifics.
Okay, I believe you. But I still don't trust you.
You're so cute when you're upset.
Stop that. I'm still angry at you.
All right, all right.
Alvin, can I ask you one last thing?
Of course.
Tell us why you're helping us. What's in it for you?
You're asking that now? Because I love the hell out of you guys, of course.
More lies!
How could you even think that? I'm hurt.
Okay, go back to the moment right after he said, I love the hell out of you guys, and look at Tipo. It is hilarious! Anyways, go into Shandu Inn, and go up here and we can meet Carla!
Oh, hello, Jude. Good to see you again. Hi, I'm Carla Outway.
I'm Leia Rolando.
Hey, I recognize you. I've seen you here in the city before, haven't I?
Name's Alvin. I do get around. It's possible you've seen me before. What about yourself? You must be from out of town if you're staying at the inn.
That's right. I'm from Canbalar. I haven't been home in a long time, though.
Oh, we've been there. Not the most pleasant of trips.
I'm sorry to hear that. Were you able to meet with King Gaius?
We did. He's a stern man, but clearly very dedicated to his people. In a way, he was kind of amazing.
Kind of amazing, yeah, but super scary. Why can't he just be nice to people?
King Gaius didn't always used to be that way. Do you know about the Battle of Fezabel?
Well...
It was a battle fought on the Fezabel outback 20 years ago between Rashagal and Ajul. The battle only ended due to a giant tsunami. No one's sure why it appeared when it did. It ended up causing dramatic changes to the region's spirit climb. That's how it became Fezabel Marsh, with all its twisted marsh flows.
Oh, right. That Battle of Fezabel. Yup, it's all coming back to me.
Wow, you actually remember? I'm kind of shocked.
You don't need to be embarrassed if you don't know. It's never too late to learn.
Oh, Carla, you're so nice. You could learn a lot from her, Jude.
Uh-huh.
During that battle, Gaius led a battalion of Longdao soldiers, even though he was a member of a different tribe himself. At just 20 years old, he led his troops to victory against an entire regiment of the Rashigal army. He was also the first to sense the oncoming arrival of the giant tsunami. He advised the Longdao chief to retreat, but the chief couldn't bring himself to give the order. The tsunami ended up swallowing both armies and wiped out Gaius's entire battalion.
So that's how he became the ornery fellow we all know and love. Gotta hand it to him, though. It is true that most folk want a strong leader to guide them. And he's certainly won the trust of his people.
Gosh, Carla, you really do know all about history.
Well, at least when it comes to King Gaius.
Is there a reason for that?
There just might be. See you later, everyone.
What do you think she meant by that?
I wonder.
Okay, a question for Carla.
Plenty of heat between Carla and Gaius, huh?
You make it sound so illicit.
And poor, sweet Jude's left out in the cold.
Come on, you know that's not why I'm looking for Carla.
Bet she's waiting in Shandu.
You think I don't know that?
Okay, that little statement, I thought nothing of it in my first playthrough, and that is the one statement that made me think not to continue with the side quest and made me fail it. Go to the Colosseum. Yeah, this is the point where I failed it the first time. I did not go and do this step. Do this step immediately. If you keep going past this part, if you go into Fenmont right now, you fail this mission.
I'm surprised to see you here. What can I do for you today?
Carla, if you don't mind us asking, what's your relation to King Gaius?
No, I sure wasn't expecting that.
Come on, I bet it's a great story.
I appreciate your interest, but I get the sense that Jude isn't asking out of idle curiosity. Around the time of the Battle of Fezabel, I was betrothed to a man from the Longdao tribe. It was an arranged marriage, but nevertheless, we fell in love with each other at first sight. Naturally, my betrothed had to go to war with the rest of his tribe, but he never came back.
Because of the tsunami?
No.
It wasn't Gaius, was it?
My betrothed was one of the Longdao chief's aides. He wanted to make a name for himself before we got married. He must have thought that's what I wanted. So when Gaius told the Longdao chief about the incoming tsunami, my betrothed told the chief that Gaius was out of his mind, and swore that a retreat wouldn't be necessary.
And Gaius went after him for that?
The few people who survived the tsunami said that my betrothed was still alive after it had passed, and that Gaius was with him.
I can't believe it.
All I know for sure is that he never came back. They never even found his body. I don't know for sure if Gaius did something to him. When I asked the king about it, he refused to answer. After the battle, my father died from an illness, and I never saw my brother Ersten again. I've been alone ever since.
After all that, you'd be nuts not to hate the guy.
Come on, Alvin.
And I bet your hatred for King Gaius is pretty much the only thing keeping you going at this point.
You may be right about that.
I'm sorry.
Now, it's time for me to leave Shandu for a while.
Where are you going?
Somewhere in Azul. See you all around.
Okay, so that was the 4th of 5 steps for the history of Azul side quest. The last one is after Fenmont, so you don't have to worry about that for a while now, but you need to make sure you do that step or you will fail. What are we going to do now? We are going to go back to Hamil. Oh no, we can't go to Cambelar. Oh no, we can't go to Fenmont. Okay, the Lottie Trail entrance.
Everyone's gone.
And now more of my memories are gone with them.
But they weren't very good memories, were they?
No, but they're still better than having nothing at all. Hey, come on. The fruit trees are still here. The mountains are still here. I don't have memories of fruit.
I do. I remember having fruit curry for dinner once a week.
Oh yeah, the mayor always put apples in it. It was her favorite thing to make. Although, it was a little too sweet for me. Hey, wait a minute. Tipo can talk about things that Elise isn't even consciously aware of? I guess so. Then maybe Tipo can help you remember the things you've forgotten. Didn't you say Shandu looked familiar? If we use Tipo there, maybe you can remember something.
That's very perceptive.
If this works, Elise may even be able to learn something about her parents.
That would be great.
That's a really smart idea, especially coming from you, Leia.
Why, Hey!
Well, it's good to see Elise excited again. Well done.
In Leia's case, I think that was probably half inspiration and half blind luck.
Okay, side quest. Shandu. Royal Hunting Ground entrance. Sure. I think that's the quickest way. The other one over in the... yeah, it's probably quickest. Have to go down, yeah. Random carts appearing out of nowhere!
Well, here we are at Shandu. Do you remember anything? When you ask it like that...
It's way too much pressure.
Don't feel like you need to force it, Elise. Hey, didn't Wingull use a booster too? Maybe he has some connection to Tipo.
That's possible, although his booster seems to be a different type. Do you know anything about him, Elise?
Only that Wingull scares me.
Wait a minute. I think I know him.
You do?
I've got it! Wingull was in the laboratory.
He was? I don't remember him being there.
He used to be way thinner. He was the guy who was always in pain from the prototype's side effects or something.
You mean test subject number 1?
Sounds like we're getting somewhere.
Wingull must have volunteered to be a booster test subject.
The people at the laboratory said they could have never made Tipo without him. Could that mean that Wingull is...
My father?
Wingull said that the experiments had been humane. But can we really trust him?
If nothing else, at least we know the experiments had a purpose beyond mere cruelty.
There's the end of one side quest. Next up we're going to go back to Hamil, the Lottie Trail entrance. And now we start a semi-long side quest of stuff here. We have to go inside this house, and we can go talk to this woman here. The village was attacked while I was out working in the fields. I can't believe it. Everyone and everything I've known is in ruin. Please don't give up. There's still hope. There could be other survivors. Do you have any idea where they'd flee to? The only place I could think of is a Lottie Sea Haven. I beg of you, could you go and see if any of the other villagers made it there? Sure. Of course, I'll go see if anyone from Hamil fled to the Lottie Sea Haven. Please, I can't survive out here all by myself. Sounds good. I could have just teleported from inside there. Whatever. A Lottie Sea Haven. Doesn't look like anyone here, or doesn't look like there's anyone here from the mill. So they really are all dead. Whoa! Check this, dude! Check out this weird thing. Tipo isn't weird thing. He's Tipo. I can't read tonight, apparently. Please excuse my daughter's manners. I'm Lauren, a former merchant. Former? I'm afraid so. My business failed in Fenmont, and we couldn't afford to stay in the city any longer. We just arrived here in Aujul, hoping to make a new start in a new land. And you should go check out Hamil. Everyone's gone, and so the town's in trouble. What do you mean? Well, I see. You know, I think it may have been fate that brought us together today. We'll try our luck in Hamil. Are you sure? To be honest, no. But as long as my family and I are together, we'll be okay. And besides, my wife's always saying that I'm too passive and I need to start taking life by the horns. But Mommy always says she loves how easygoing you are, Daddy. Lorelana, huh? Shush. You guys are the weird ones. But they seem like good people. Here to thank. This is to thank you for your help. May we all meet again someday. Sweet. And we got the Shiba dog ears and more money. I think that's it. Yeah. And we head back to Hamil, the Eladi Trail entrance. That completes another side quest. But guess what? There's more. Here we go over here. So, ooh, shiny. 100. Hey, it's Lauren. Well, if it isn't the fine folk who told us about this village, it's good to see you again. This is such a beautiful place. We all liked it here so much we decided to live here. And it's so nice to have neighbors again. Lauren was kind enough to make graves for everyone who was killed. I don't know if I could have done that alone. Like our new friend here, our family doesn't have anywhere else to go, but together we can rebuild this village. Please let us know if there's any way we can help. Well, since you offered, can we ask you to find us a cow? Sure! I think we saw some cows at Niakara. Sure, and I think I know where I might be able to find one. I'll look into it. That would be great. If we had cow's milk, we could make all sorts of things. Well, now we go to Niakara. And we go over to here with the cow. Moo. You want me to send a cow to Hamil? If I can be of some use to Lord Maxwell and her companions, I'm more than happy to do it. I'll pick a real lively one for you and have it sent over to Hamil. Sweet. Hey, guess what? We're going back to Hamil. Told ya. Side quest chain. Moo. Thank you so much for finding that cow for us. That's not, it's not much, but we want you to have this as a token of our appreciation. What the hell is Leah doing with her? I don't know. Something. You okay, Lauren? Oh yes, there's just one thing I'd like your help with. Sure. We started growing durians recently, hoping that they could be Hamil's next major crop, like oranges and apples. The fruit is delectable, but the husk is like a cast iron. No one wants to buy a fruit they can't even get open. Durians, huh? I think my dad used to make a dessert out of one of those. But I don't remember him having any trouble getting the husks open. Really? If you could find out how he got the husks open, please let me know. I'm sure if we ask my dad and LaRonde, he can tell us what to do. Well, that's what Leah's doing. LaRonde! Guess what? We have a bunch of stuff we need to do here.